Who's that?
What's up, Billy? Good.
What is up, ICF Guru?
A lot of driving, but we're here.
Where you been? About 300 miles?
New Orleans to Dolphin to Kingsland, Georgia to here. I don't know, what is that, probably 3,000 miles so
Yeah,
far?
a little bit.
It's a ways.
And you got here and I put you right to work.
Right to work.
Not a break, not how you been.
Not even cooled off yet.
What are you doing anyway? What's this gonna be?
I'm starting to stage for your linear main drains because I don't know if you know this, but your pool's pretty complex, and you got 3 linear main drains in the floor of the bottom pool that we're hoping to pour in a couple days.
Complex? Me?
Right.
When do I do that?
Yeah, you see a bunch of 3-inch fittings.
Hey, I got extra of all this. Should I go get more primer and help? I can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go do it.
Okay.
All right, cool. Let's get to it.
Sounds good.
What do you think, dog? Is this pool gonna work?
I don't know. It's the best help I've had all week. I shouldn't say that. I got a lot of trainees that kick butt this week, so I did not mean that. But
all right, so this is a linear drain.
Linear main drain.
Linear main drain.
So you know, a lot of times you'll see pools with the 2 separate round mains, and that is a code that's been around for, I don't know, decades at this point, to keep you from having a single main that could be, if all your skimmers and all your other suctions turned off, where that has got an immense amount of suction, people can get entrapped, hair or bodies could get stuck to that. So they make these drains to have a single port that's too long, and it's shaped so that you cannot get entrapped. It's got multiple suction points. The cool thing about these having 3 ports that can take a 2.5 on the outside or a 2 on the inside is that we can get well over like 250 gallons a minute through one of these, which almost all the pumps now that are not commercial max out like 150. So like one of these is typically beyond what you'd ever pull in. But like I said, you've got a pretty complex pool with a lot of spillovers, laminar jets. You got a lot going on. So we've got multiple pumps going on. But the cool thing is, if we weren't going to overkill this, we could go like 2 ports into one pump and 1 into another pump and actually do multiple things with 1 drain.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But on this one, we're going to have 3 in the bottom pool, 1 in the top pool. So we have a pump running each separate body of water as if they're individual pools.
Right.
And then the spillover mixes them, right? Because it's going to pull out of 2 of these main drains, max flow. All 3 ports are going to be tapped into a 3-inch pipe twice. Just it's kind of a redundancy thing. You probably don't need that flow, but if you ever have a problem, you can completely close off one of the systems and still have more than enough flow to make that 40-foot infinity edge you've got sing. So this is going to be, we're going to basically do 2 of these where all 3 ports are tapped. That's going to be your infinity edge mains. Then we're going to have 1 more that's only going to have 2 of them tapped, because that's still more flow than you can get into the pump. You got a VS3 running your chlorination, filtration, everything like that. So we've got everything staged here. We're going to put reducing bushings in all of these, so we go from a 2-inch pipe into a 3-inch pipe, so we never choke to a single 2-inch pipe. We're going to make all this up. We'll screw the lids onto everything, because these are the temporary lids for during the concrete pour. We've already put all of the fancy lids back in their box, so you can stage that, put them away somewhere where they don't get lost, and be ready to go so Miss Bealey can swim by Memorial Day.
That's right.
All right, let's make these things up.
Let's do it. Let's do some work.
All right. Get that one lined up. Down, bottom out.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy peasy. This is probably one, like on the kits now, we're actually sending out just regular round stumps and we glue them up for everybody. It's like 40 glue joints by the time you, because I mean, that's, people are getting them all out of whack, which doesn't hurt, but when you put in a vinyl liner, it's nice if they're flat. Right. These things are automatically flat, but
That's why when we talked about these, I was like, why wouldn't I do that?
Well, yeah, because I mean, well, with all the water you're
vinyl though, you want.
Well, the vinyl they do make them. I mean, these things. This is like a $200 piece. Two regular main drains like $60.
Yeah.
So you know, if you don't need the flow, it's just a lot more money for no reason. But you need the flow.
Yeah.
All right, 1 down, 2 to go.
All right, so you would have seen the last video, which was the pour gone wrong. Let's just say everyone could have done a little better. That's all I'm gonna say, and whatever. It's a different way I would do it now if I had to do it again. If I knew we had to stabilize this wall, we had just formed it up with plywood and poured and then built the pool to it. In my mind now, having done it this way easier done. So this is something that needs to happen sometimes. If you find yourself building one of these kits and you need a plug, for lack of a better word, and just form it up, pour it, and then build the pool to what you formed up, because we had to have it. You know, you see we lost 2 blocks. I mean, we'll have some pieces to use, so we'll take the ones that were tore up and we'll change those into corners and stuff. So it's gonna be all right. It's a learning experience. That's why I'm doing mine first, so that I'm not at a client's wasting money, right? Which it will still come out of me, but at least here I'm doing mine and can learn and whatever. So, and that's why I show everything, so that you guys that take the time to watch can learn something. There's gonna be plenty of armchair quarterbacks out there. They're gonna tell me what I did wrong, and that's great. Make some, hey, I've gotten plenty of great advice from you guys. Make some videos and put them out there so you can help other people instead of just, you know, a few comments here and there, right? Make some videos. Send me the footage. I'll edit it for you and make the footage nice. If you're like, I don't know how to edit, whatever, I'll help out. Hey, more we can get out to a community, more you can help people, is great. So this is where we're at. We just pulled that wall down, shifted the whole thing a little bit. We're going to rebuild that wall, and then we'll be back to, you know, squaring it off and making sure it's all level and everything, and then we're going to continue on. So it's going to be fine. Not going to be a problem. James is over there cutting strips, so everywhere you see the lines for the wood, we're going to put OSB strips on the back side of the, on inside of that. What do you think, Aaron?
We're about to get her straightened up. She can be all right.
Yeah, that's Aaron being kind.
Well, I wasn't here when they were pouring the concrete, or
Yeah, it's all
that
good.
would have been the concrete.
Yeah,
Guys,
is what it is what it is. So
when we say pour it dry, we mean pour it super dry.
yes, so And, you know, concrete guys are used to what they're used to too. So sometimes you gotta educate them, right? So, you know, whatever slumps, if you get a kit from Aaron, whatever slump he says you need to pour concrete at, that's the slump it needs to be. And that's just how it is. But
we even talk to your concrete plant for you if you're nervous or you don't think they're listening. We will tell them how important some of that stuff is for you.
There you go. So that's the whole thing we're going with these guys. Lots of experience and lots of advice and consultation work. So we're getting ready to do that. Kenny and Michael and Quincy are up there. Josh, you probably should have seen in the video before this one that Josh put all those panels together, the foam part with the ribs and everything. So now they're up there assembling the wood part, and then we're gonna start putting this thing back together. So anything else for now? Not for now anyway, right? This is Sunday when I'm filming this. All the Nadura guys are coming tomorrow, and there's gonna be a couple of other people that we'll introduce you to. They're coming to help too. And we're gonna supposedly start building the house, because I mean, when we got a lot to do, I just pour more on it.
Exactly.
Right? Makes sense. Yeah, complicate it. That's what I do. I complicate it.
Our ICF pool kits are normally super simple to build.
Yeah.
You had to make this one like a 7 on the pucker scale.
Yeah. Well, I want to win awards.
That's it. You don't win awards with a 4.
You have to have a pucker scale
You got to be a 7 or above on the pucker scale.
Plus, I feel like Chris got to do some stuff he hasn't done before.
Yeah, I think he kind of liked it.
I think he did too. We got challenged, man. He can't just go around building ponds and knocking down trees all the time.
Gets old.
Yeah, we had to, do a little more stuff. So that's what we did. So yeah, we'll be back. All right. Just a quick little update. You can see wall straight where we put the bracing on, or the kickbacks. And then when you get into here, we still have to put a piece there. So I'll tighten that on up, so that's looking good and level. We rebuilt this wall except for the one piece we let one get in and out. And the zonts are all on the back. So for doing pools, we always plan we're going to use the Zonts and Zuckles bracing system, because you run the long pieces this way and it pushes the whole wall. We're going to use these on our curved walls in the house, and we're going to use the plumb wall on the straight walls in the house. So everything has pros and cons and places to use them. So that's what we're choosing to do. So I noticed in the comments, I'm thinking a few people, so about for every one comment, I figure at least 10 people think the same thing that don't comment, probably more. So I'm noticing a few comments of people who I think are confused and think this is part of the house build and this is the pool. Totally different system, one-sided forms versus the house. It's foam on both sides. You don't have to put it together. You don't have all this time spinning this. So if you're comparing time, like if you're like, I could do it faster with another system, well, then this is compared with a concrete pool system, like a gunite system. And I've had gunite pools built, been at jobs where gunite pools were built. I've never seen one come in and get done and poured in a week, which is about what we're going to have in it when we pour this lower one. So, yeah. Right?
From the show me state, I didn't know I was going to have to show you.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
You should have known.
I know now.
Okay, good.
You're from the show you state.
That's right. You have now been indoctrinated. You notice who's not here? James. Because James decided to go work on the island and get some things ready for the living aeration system that we're putting in. which Mike will be going swimming next week to put that in.
It's gonna be a lot warmer.
True that. All right, check it out, huh? We got a sea of orange except for Aaron. Aaron likes to be the black sheep.
Started up about 2.5 weeks ago.
What's that?
I said we got a
Shirt on. Dang
we
it.
got a sea of orange except for you.
It's hot out. You got long sleeve shirts.
You know what? Kenny told me you were going to whine and complain about the long sleeve.
I do. Got big old arms. They don't fit. I go from a hoodie to a t-shirt.
All right, so we're putting in our little bent corner. See those? And then we're getting ready to start stacking another level. They're putting these together. You got Steve and Chris from Nadura. Kenny, no Mike on them, so they've been bringing all this stuff down the stage. We're going to try and rock and roll today because this is Monday, March 4th, if I remember correctly.